Welcome back to my channel, guys. And previously on my channel I shared with you a tour of the ELLIPSE apartment that I will be working on, and today is the first day of the room setup. We wanted to go all out for this space and make it look inviting and homey, and we wanted to do it on a budget. We didn't have unlimited budget, so my first stop on this project was Decofen. My reason for going to Decofen first was because I know the quality of Decofen products and they have very nice pieces at affordable prices. I didn't want to start with stores like Choreographed, all the stores that I know will probably take us a long time to get the products. And I also wanted to make sure that we get stuff that is affordable. I wanted us on the first day to focus on the big pieces like your dining table, chairs, couch, and also the bed. And it was nice that I had my client with me because that way she can feel involved in the choices that I make. And because this was my second day of meeting her. Before this, I didn't know her at all. The day that I met her was yesterday, where I met her for the first time. So I didn't know exactly what her taste is. Even though she said she liked my taste, I wanted to make sure that I understand what her taste and if she feels what I am trying to serve her, So I just wanted her to feel included in the process. That's why I think it was a good thing that we were together while trying to put these pieces together and see also how comfortable she is with colors and making her own choices. And I will tell you, she had a lot of opinions and she wanted a lot of pieces that were comfortable, not just for her, but for the people that will be using her place as the Airbnb, and also for her when she comes over for the space to feel warm and inviting. In the colors that we picked from the artwork and the accessories, we wanted to be bold but also stay in the neutral space. When it came to picking the bed, I just let her have it because she's the one that's going to be sleeping on this bed and also the people that will be visiting her Airbnb. So I just laid there and chilled on the bed and took a rest. It was a hectic day, so it was nice just to lay back there and see her taking charge and feeling all the beds. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today is the second day of the set up for the apartment. Yesterday we did a lot of shopping. It's not easy shopping for someone else, but when you're shopping for yourself, you can make all the decisions that you want, go back and forth in terms of the style that you want, the colors that you want, and also the budget that you want to work with. But when you're shopping for someone else, it's a whole different ball game because you have to try and balance what you think is beautiful and what they like. But I think yesterday it was a bit overwhelming for both Mabatu and I, but I think we managed to get a lot done. Today is going to be not as stressful as yesterday. What I can tell you is when you're shopping for a space and the space is completely empty, it's a whole different story. But once you get the idea down of where you want the look to focus on, it's so much easier. And once you pick the first thing, then you can easily work around the look that you want to follow, taking that first thing as your guide for the entire look of the space. And what we have tried to do is try and keep it neutral, and our accent color is definitely going to be green. We are going to try and keep it more in the natural and green color. So I tried to look around for items this morning that will complement that scheme. We are trying to find also complementing moods that can work together in the space, and also time is not on our side. That has been the biggest challenge because we started yesterday and we have until, let's just say, next week Thursday for us to get this finished, because I am going to Cape Town next weekend and I want to have this finished and done and dusted by the time that I leave. I don't want to leave it hanging, but my trip has been planned and I wasn't hoping that this would drag as long as I think it's going to, because the biggest challenge is getting deliveries. Most of the products that we want to use, when you go to stores, headboards, everything has to be colors that are available in stores, while trying to balance the look that we're going with. And these days, everything from couches, headboards, furniture, everything has to be custom made. And also the delivery, with some stores you have to wait like a week for the delivery, so you have to push some of the stores, ask for favors if they can deliver stuff for you quicker than they normally do. But yeah, it's a learning curve for me, working with someone and having to do the shopping for them. Previously, when I've helped other people, it has just been me advising them, telling them where I get the stuff, and then letting them do things for themselves. But this time I am the one that's responsible for putting this look together. It's a good learning curve, and I'm very grateful that she trusted me to do this for her, and I don't want to let her down. I think that's the biggest thing for me. I don't want to let her down. I want to give her the space that she wants, and a space that will look beautiful, and also a space that I will be proud of. But I have to accept that we don't have an open budget. We have limitations with the budget, and we have to do the best that we can with what we have. And I'm hoping that we are going to have a great outcome from this. So I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far, and if this is what you like to see, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video with anyone that you think will like this type of content. So yeah, today let's go do some more shopping and planning the final layout, because yesterday we started to play around with the idea of what we can do for the TV console. So today I just want to get the measurements and everything laid down on the floor, so that we are sure before we go and buy some items. Because sometimes with some of the items, some stores will charge you if you buy an item and return it. So we don't want to waste money on returns. We want to make sure that the items that we get are the items that we are happy with, a one-stop thing, and not going back and forth. But let's hope it all works out. So far, I'm happy with what we bought yesterday. By the third day, items started arriving, and unlike what you see in TV shows, there was no waiting for everything to be delivered all at once and then we set up room by room. What I wanted to do was to get everything set up as it arrived, so that we can clear up space. This apartment is small, and we didn't want to be stuck with boxes that had nowhere to go. So everything that arrived was being unpacked, checked for damages, and also to clear up some space for new items to arrive. One thing I loved about my client is that she is very resourceful, especially when it comes to Facebook Marketplace. I have not been someone who uses Facebook Marketplace as much, but she has been on Marketplace trying to find anything that she felt like she liked and that she wanted in her apartment that we can get cheaper on Marketplace. And like I said, this was a collaboration and it made it so much fun. Another reason that I made sure that everything was unpacked as it arrived is so that we can feel how the items look in the space. Sometimes you have an idea and it doesn't always work out when you bring them home. unpacking allows us to see how the items fit together. The bench we got from Macro, it is a very affordable bench and it is very durable. So we wanted to add that with the chairs. The chairs are a little bit more modern, the bench a bit more traditional, but very sturdy. You know that when you buy a bench like that, it's going to last you forever. It's made of resin and it is very strong. So I wanted to make sure that when we add the chairs, we didn't want to add chairs that are going to make it so obvious that the bench is so rustic and so traditional in style. So we wanted to keep the look of the space more on the timeless side, even though with time there will always be new stuff that comes up, but we wanted the look to be a look that will look very good for a very long time, not stuff that is too trendy and that is too modern, that it will make the space look dated in a couple of years. Over here, I'm unboxing some side lamps, and these side lamps are from Decofen. I almost had a heart attack when I went to Decofen. They are part of their new collection, and I didn't even think they would be this quickly out of stock. When I got to the store, I was looking around, and then I sent pictures to Mabato, and she loved the pictures, the lamps as well. So I was so happy when I found these lamps, because for a whole set for the lampshade and the base for 650 rand, I was like, this is a steal. And when I went to go and make the purchase, they told me they just sold the last 2 in the morning. I almost had a heart attack. Let me tell you something about Mabato. Mabato is one of those people, if you sell an idea to her and she buys it, it's hard for her to sell. It's hard for you to sell her another idea. So I realized this over the first 2 days, that, oh my God, I am going to have a problem if I don't find these lamps. I had to drive from one Decofen to another to make sure that I can get these lamps for her. But I was glad when I went to the Four Ways branch and I was able to get 2 of these lamps for her. Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome back to another day. I'm not sure which part of the video this will be in, but yeah, I'm back at it again. It's 10 to 9. I'm waiting for a Macro to open. I've already been to Leroy. I've got all of these plants in my back. I've got all of these plants at the back of the car, and I managed to get planters, and all the little stuff that we need to kind of get the job finished. Today, I plan to do the rest of the shopping so that I don't have to be doing up and down, and then I can have enough time to prep for my holiday. But I think I'm happy with how far we've come. Right now, it seems like we are both happy with the progress that we have made so far, and we're also happy with the setup and the look that we have put together. I want to have this finished by Thursday so that Friday I can have all the time to myself just to finish the packing, finish up getting my hair. I'm trying to get my hair appointment squeezed in maybe tomorrow, because tomorrow they'll be doing their cleaning, and then I've got the guys finishing the tile work at my apartment. So I'm thinking maybe I should take that time to do my hair and then maybe my nails, so that the only thing left will be just to get the house organized and also to pack my bags and yeah, go have a nice holiday. It has been a challenge, and an interesting challenge at that. I think in as much as I love decorating, I think the best part of this experience has been doing it with somebody else, and also doing it for somebody else who is paying you. Because when you're doing it for someone and they're not paying you, you can basically do whatever you want. If you feel like quitting, you can, but when someone is paying you, guys, you cannot quit. you have got to keep you have to keep moving. But I've learned I've learned a lot from this whole entire experience, being with her and trying to give her a product that she will be happy with, and also something that I will be proud to say, yeah, I did this for her. Decorating is fun, but it's also emotional. And yeah, it has been a very hectic time. I think the biggest challenge for me this past week has been the driving part. I have a love-hate relationship with driving. I went from someone who used to enjoy driving, now I hate it. And with doing this, I have done so much driving in the past week that I don't know how I feel about it now. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's part of the job. But I'm looking forward to Friday to go on holiday and just take a break. Take them from a different angle. Yeah. When I started putting all the pieces together, it started to feel so good. After so many days of just shopping and unboxing and trying out stuff, to see them come together and form this picture that you've been having in your head, it just felt so good. And you can tell, I'm sure, from the level of excitement in this video at this point, that it felt like now we could see the finish line. Even though there was still so much more that needed to be done, it felt like we were heading somewhere. And this is the exciting part of doing a space. Even in my own home, sometimes I go up and down trying to find materials, trying to find pieces for my home. It can get very stressful, doing all the driving, doing all the testing of products. But when you finally see them come together, it is so amazing. And I didn't really feel the tiredness that I had the whole entire week while I was working on this project. It started to remind me of my days in when I was still working, when we were doing product submission. This would be the time or the kind of feeling that I would have. I would be going so quickly and through the motions that everything just becomes kind of like a blur. You don't know what you're doing, but even though you have a plan and you really know what you're doing, but it feels like you are just in a trance. I would be like this when I was working, and this would be times when I wouldn't be talking to anyone. I would be very quiet, hoping that no one is talking to me while I'm trying to get my submissions done. But once you get to the point where you're getting signatures and now you're just uploading stuff, it starts to feel like a relief because now you can see that the end is near. But while you're in the midst of it, it is so stressful, and you just have to put one foot forward. It gets hard. You want to quit, but you cannot quit, and it felt good to really be at this point. And yeah, I really took the time to reflect on the time when I was still working. Like, this is really not a strange feeling. It is a very familiar feeling, and I don't know whether I was happy to have this feeling once again, because it is very stressful, but I think it was necessary to have to relive it once again, just to appreciate where I am right now. To finish off this space in the living room, we started to accessorize, and that's when the whole picture started coming together. I think the one thing that made a huge difference in this space is the wall paneling. We did the wall paneling, and we did not want to add an extra color with an accent wall, so that's why we used the wall paneling as sort of like a feature in this space. I know some people would have preferred maybe to do an accent wall because it's a small space and you want to add impact, but I decided that it would be nice just to add the wall paneling and still keep the paint color the same. So what we did was we asked for the color code from the contractor, and we tried to color mesh that, and yeah, which was a little bit of a challenge, where we ended up just getting a sample from the wall and getting a color mesh at Universal Paint, and it was done quite nicely. And adding plants to this space just made it feel finished. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this part of the video. There is so much more to come. I just didn't want this video to be too long, and there is so many parts that I want to add so that you guys get the full experience of what I went through in this past 8 days. Yes, guys, we finished the apartment in 8 days, and I want you to get the full picture of what it was like. So I don't want to shortchange you and try and pack everything all into one video. So today I will stop it here with how the living room looks, and in the next video I will share with you the bedroom, the patio, and the kitchen, and the finished space. And guess what? You will get to meet the lady behind this space, the woman with a vision who decided to put her money where her mouth is and buy this space and call me to come and do it with her. I'm Mama Haudipela. I hope that you have enjoyed this little bit of time with me as much as I've enjoyed making it for you, and I hope to see you very soon in another one. Bye bye.